Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Factory Town. This is a great little puzzle game, automation game if you're into it. It's actually rather cheap. Check it out on Steam. It may be on sale during this winter season. Definitely worth a buy if you're into more chill games. Now this is more of a builder up game, feed your economy, keep everything balanced, and try to get forward by doing more research. Last episode, if you missed it, if you want to catch us from day one, check the top pinned comment. I'll put the playlist there for you. But last episode here, we worked on our factory area. So we're producing a whole bunch of stuff for the town here. Producing tons of red coins. We're producing tons of yellow coin. But if we take a look at our level 3 homes here, at their food happiness, we can now sell them a whole ton of different stuff to really increase that. So we can get production way up and produce even more on a smaller scale. So being able to produce more in a smaller area is a real big goal in this game. Then you can kind of start going crazy. I can't wait to get actually into this Let's Play a little further. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time every week to make a Let's Play every day, so it's going to be every weekend pretty much at this point, I think. But we're going to play it through until we get all our research done and I do what I want to do. Anyway, so we are going to build our meatpacking area over here. So I'm going to start doing some landscaping over here. I have to lower the land, get rid of some of the stuff just kind of kicking around. This may take a few minutes, but we're going to put it here, and then we're going to have to figure out how to pump it into town to sell it to them, or make just another one right here. So I've got the land all nice and flattened out over here. If we have to go further this way, I can do that, no big deal. So what we're going to actually research next, since we have a lot of red coin built up and landscaping is no longer really an issue, I'm going to go ahead and start a boat building here. We can definitely afford to do that. That way we can unlock the fishery, because that is also one of the sources of meat that we can use, and it's actually rather easy. Let's take a quick look at the happiness here again. Yeah, here we go. So you have raw fish and cooked fish. We're definitely going to be doing cooked fish. So since our city is going to be meatless, what we're going to start out here with is farms. So if we grab one of our level 3 homes here, once again, take a look at that. We're going to concentrate first, while we're waiting for our research to be done, on cooked beef and cooked chicken. So this will keep us busy for a while anyway. And we'll add cooked fish to it. And then eggs. So we'll pretty much give them everything we can. Fruit juice is also something that's really good because it sells for 6 coins and it's actually really easy to make. But we're going to concentrate on our meat and meat junior sources. So the first thing in our chain we're going to need is, of course, grain, so we can make animal feed. So we're going to start a whole new chain over on this side. So we're going to start out here by first putting a couple of farms down beside each other here. Actually, yeah, right along here, right along the waterfront. I think that'll actually end up looking pretty nice. There we go. That should pump out enough for us in the long run here. Awesome. Let me put some plots in and get some wheat planted. So there we go, got these farms going. So from these farms, we need to actually bring it out and go into a couple granaries to make our animal feed. Okay, there we go. I stand corrected. Grain mills. Now these are making our animal feed for us. So we actually have some room to here to make some pastures. These will be pumping stuff out, so I can bring actually from these pastures the fertilizer right back to the farm, so it'll actually work good from here, or work well. So I think there is 3 or 4 different food groups. Ooh, we don't have enough capacity. I'm going to take a double look at that. So if we're producing 4 different items from the meat category, oh, I think the 4th is fish. We actually have some fish right here too. Now, I don't know how these work, but we'll have to check it out once we get that unlocked. Actually, speaking of, we're at 44. We still got some time on that, that's for sure. Okay, so I have 3 of these laid out here. This should be pretty easy. Oh, look at that animal feed being laid out like crazy. This one here is going to be making our chicken. This one here is going to be making our beef. And this one here is going to be pumping out eggs. And then we'll have a farm set up here. Now, the nice thing, or the the fishery set up here. Now the nice thing is you can actually landscape this back, so I can line everything all up nice once we're done this, and maybe have it outlined by water. I think incorporating water into the build would look cool too. So I changed up the design a bit here. I moved this one pasture over one block and put a well in between them, so the well actually fits, pun intended, well between these. And then one feeding this one over here. So now we're actually legit producing eggs. These can go straight out because we don't need to cook them or do anything with them at the moment. And this one here is producing our beef and our chicken. So we also have to cook these. So now I need to introduce a couple kitchens into the mix. We'll need 3 in total for the fish here too. So I think I'm going to lay out 1, 2, 3 kitchens right here. Before we do that though, of course, I need to actually get more citizens. We don't have enough citizens. So what I'm going to do is upgrade some of these homes here to level 3. That way we can sell more cloaks, because our cloaks are just kind of sitting, right? So this will keep them moving. This is actually a positive thing to do here. So I'm going to upgrade what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough for now. So I've ran out of stone bricks here to build the kitchen. I wasn't really paying too much attention. So what I think I'm going to do here, at least for now, temporarily, is build another storage unit right here. Because this here will actually fill up, because this is our cloth conveyor belt production over here. So this just fills up after a while it stops producing. So we may as well use this stonemason to actually stash some of those up for us, because we're hurting right now for stone bricks. Let's go ahead and build a barn, and I'll get this sorted out. There we go, stone bricks being stashed. We're already up to 18, 19, and 20. We have enough to build one more. So I'm going to go ahead and get these kitchens here built, and I'll get the recipes all set up. Oh, and look at that. As soon as I said that, completed research, boat building. Awesome. So now we can build the fishery, and now we can apparently build a fishing boat. I've never played with these before. These are new since I've played last. So it'd be kind of cool to check this one out. A worker unit that can travel on water surfaces and harvest lots of fish. Okay. I wonder if they bring it back to the fishery, because I've used a fishery, but not a boat before. So taking a look here, because I have a few moments, the fishing boat here takes up 10 iron plates. We do actually, I'm going to point this out, we do have a large iron ore deposit here. Eventually we'll be able to get to the point where we can mine automated too, so it won't be as big as a deal, but we're not quite there yet. We do have a little bit of ore action going on over here. This is making plates. I could set up another one just to make us a few. Actually, oh, this one's still it's producing nails. I don't want to stop, because then our happiness will go down. See, it's such a trick, right? So yeah, I guess I'll set up a second temporary forge. I'm going to press a C key to copy it. And we can't afford, because we don't have the stone. I got to wait that crap out. I did put another worker onto the stone, so it's been going a little quicker. But hey, you know what? Maybe right now is a good time to go and get a coffee. Okay. So let's take a look at our research here. I pulled a little brain fart there. We actually have to unlock the fishery. What that did was unlock the fishery research. So we still got to do this one here. Now let's take a look here. 100? Ooh, that's going to take us just as long, but we can make the boat. And I'm really curious as to where the boat drops off the fish. This is brand new. Alright, there we go. So we have our third kitchen down, and this one is going to be building. Yes. Oh yeah, if you hover over it, it shows. Oh, that's a nice little touch. This one's going to be doing chicken since it's directly in front of it. So let's go ahead and tell this one to make some cooked chicken for us. There we go. Now, of course, these things need to be fueled. So what I'm going to do is have them directly output into the other building. Ooh, just like, oh, not like that. Did it take? Oh, it was using it as fuel. Oh, wow. I think I just had a breakthrough. Let's check this out. So, I wonder if that's enough. 1 for 1. No way, look at that. I wonder if it can keep up that way. Let's let these run. If that's a way to do that, that is actually so much that's so incredibly easier than trying to bring over wood or have someone grab some coal. Wow, that's blowing my mind right now. Okay, well, we're still waiting on the fish, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this hooked up into our city here because I want the increased happiness, so we can just get at least a few plates together. So what I've done, it's real easy here. Wasn't really anything complex. I just drew a line here, or put a line of cloth conveyor belts down to a new food market. Because you have to realize too, right? Like these are only able to pump out so much food at one time, and can actually get backed up. So having a shorter line and not having the conveyor belts get backed up too, just from having too much stuff on it, actually kind of works out. So don't be afraid to build, a few of these. Especially if you're doing like little districts like this too. As long as they're hooked up to a road and within radius of where all your village buildings are, you're good to go. Okay, there we go. So it's been running for just a couple moments, and look at that. We're already up to 140 happiness. So we're at 80% production. So now we're producing stuff even faster, ramping up that happiness. See how that kind of works? So awesome. So our last objective here is to get a fishery in here, but now we need to make another forge. Oh, I still don't have enough stone bricks. You gotta stay on top of this stuff too. I can't wait until we can automate the mines. Once we have automated mines, this won't be a problem at all. Maybe I'll throw our last 2 workers on this just for now. Okay, so now that we've actually upgraded our happiness, we got to take a look here. Our production's actually falling behind a little bit, which, you think is a little curious, right? But what it is these pastures here. What you can do is you can actually upgrade these pastures and you can increase their production speed by 50%. So if you're finding it's having a hard time keeping up with everything, go ahead, upgrade that pasture. Definitely worth the investment. Look at it now. It's pumping them out that much faster. Awesome. Alright, I just went and did that actually for all our pastures. And the one important thing I forgot, the one thing our citizens really like, are eggs. I forgot to put our eggs into there. So we're actually going to go up just a little bit more once these eggs start pumping in a town. And our citizens start gobbling them up. So now that we're good to go, we've actually been bumped up to 152 happiness, which pushes our production up to 90%. And oh my god, look at the amount of eggs this thing makes. Just tons and tons of eggs. It's not backing these up, no. And it doesn't seem to back up the production of these at all either. They could just go right out. That's awesome. So, I forgot to do the math here. This is what I like about this game. A lot of tinkering, because once your happiness and stuff goes up and you got to find a nice balance, you got to come back and figure out, okay, where are my deficiencies here for production, right? Trying to keep up. So here we got a problem with our animal feed, and I put in these stupid things here. I put in pushers. That is not what I wanted to do. For the logistics blocks, what I want to do is splitters. That way at least it's going evenly, evenly across like the different types, and instead of just favoring like one, like all those eggs. There we go. That definitely slowed down the eggs here a little bit. But we need to push up our production here. If we take a look, it's waiting on, yeah, let's put a couple more farmers up in here. Now I'm looking too, and the one problem I'm seeing with our farm here, especially since we've pumped up production, is it looks like the grain is having a hard time keeping up. So a good idea would be to actually add some more farm tiles around here. We got lots of room. Okay, so we're looking pretty good here for our production as far as meat and stuff goes. Our happiness is stable. Looks like I've got everything else pretty much stabilized, so that's pretty damn satisfactory. So what I'm going to do here is we have enough blocks to actually build our second forge. So let's go ahead and see what we can figure out with these boats here. It's a lot of work just to see the boats, but we got to see the boats. Okay, so this one's going to be making iron plates, so it's not going to be doing it forever. This is just temporary, so we're going to use up a couple workers. I did go and upgrade a couple more homes to level 3. Almost all of our homes so far are actually level 3. So as you can see here too, our cloaks are no longer backing up. So this is stuff we're going to want to look into in the future here before we really start expanding, is being able to keep up with the demand here. So let's take a quick look at the workshop and see why it's not producing any cloaks. Most likely because it doesn't have enough for t-shirts. Oh, it doesn't have enough leather. That is why. We definitely have enough cloth, but not nearly enough leather. And the case here would be we don't have enough animal feed going into it. So what I would have to do is up this here, because let's take a look at our forge. Or a grain mill, sorry. The input's not coming in fast enough. It should be just slightly building up or keeping up with it. If you look at it, it's almost bang. It's got like a split second. I think we can amp that up a little bit by putting a couple more farmers in and one more into the grain mill, because this pasture upgraded is just pumping out that leather. It just doesn't have enough feed. Okay, there we go. So we should, yeah, nice. We have enough in storage here to build a boat. So this is exciting for me because, like I said, this is the first time I tried it out. So let's check this out. Fishing boat. Now, of course, it takes up one population. Bang, we put it there. Okay, so what do we do here? We tell it to gather these. Okay. And where can you put them? Can I make a little canal right up to a kitchen? And have him make it there? I could reroute this around this way. Maybe build a little canal. I think that would look cool. Let's try that out. Oh, and look at that. Just in time. Our fishery too. Now, we're not going to check out the fishery. That one does automatically produces the supplies. But we're going to use the boat for now because it's kind of cool. Never used it yet. Okay, so if I tell it to gather the fish, can I tell it to bring it right there? Oh, look at that. Okay, let's check this out. Look at the fish in it. That looks so cool. And it brings it right to the kitchen. That is pretty damn awesome. I gotta fix this up because... oh, this doesn't produce fertilizer. We need to fuel this place. So looking into this, it's almost as if it doesn't have enough fuel. So what we're gonna have to do is not rely off the fertilizer alone. I'm going to make a separate line off of here. Oh, hey, look at that. We have a little part coming off. That's funny. I'm going to make another line off the forester over here. And we're going to feed some fuel directly into the kitchens to keep them going. That should solve our problem. So what I did here is I rerouted the end of this, because you can take stuff off a chute and put it onto a conveyor belt. And for the logistics block, if I just simply throw a splitter on there, there we go. We have our fuel coming up over here. So I'm going to bring the fuel up one more step above these guys. And there we go. So I stuck 3 of those on there. And now look at this. We are now making ourselves cooked fish. And oh, we're at 157% happiness, actually. Wow, we're doing pretty well. Holy crap. Maybe we may need to make a second line for the kitchen. Look at this boat go. This is real cool. We'll eventually, I think, have to replace it with fertilizer because it does look like it's a resource that runs out. So, with a fishery. We'll probably put the fishery up here somewhere nice. But there we go. Check that out, guys. We have fish being fed to the city now. So let's take a look here at our food happiness and see if we're at any deficits, because everything else with our amped up happiness is going to have to get rebalanced, right? You want to aim for the top and stay there. There we go. So yeah, it looks like it's doing pretty well. Fish is obviously going to take a little while to get fed into the city properly. But once it does, overall happiness will raise. Let's give it a few minutes to check that out. Alright, so looking at this here, We're going to get a little behind on production because everything is getting backed up. So what I'm going to do here is actually make a second row for just the fish because it looks like we're going to be pumping out quite a bit of fish. There we go. Well, that took a little minute there, but I think that was worth it. So now we have 2 lines going in. One is our eggs and our meats. Are our meats actually producing here? Does not appear like it. Did I block something off? Oh no. It looks like I've accidentally blocked off some exits here. Okay, well, let me pause the game so we don't take up... look at our happiness dropped already. So you got to be careful of this. So pause is your friend. I'm going to take a look here and see what I've done wrong. That should have worked. I don't know why it's blocking the stuff. Let's take the pause off for a second. Okay. And do the pause again. Okay, stuff is moving through there. I wonder what I did wrong. Oh, you know what's going on now? You know what the problem is now too? It's not going to feed beef into it. It actually wasn't jammed. Because we have fertilizer sitting on the line because we were using only fertilizer to fuel these. So what I actually need to do then is put a filter on these so they're not actually putting out any fertilizer. Oh wow, that was a little silly. Okay, there we go. So I put grabbers on the end that will only grab the chicken and will only grab the beef. So perfect. I'm going to get everything replaced. That was a little bit of surgery. Okay, there we go. So we are once again producing our other meats. Awesome. We saved our city here, and it looks like we're just in time for an upgrade. Check that out. We can upgrade our base now to level 5. So it's going to use 250 red coins, 40 iron plates. We got 83 of those. Oh yeah, I never undersigned those guys. That's okay. They can still keep making those. And 40 stone bricks. We only have 45. That's okay. We'll have to concentrate here on an episode on making some stone brick storage here next because we keep running out. But anyway, let's go ahead and upgrade our base. So now our max house count is increased by 4. We now have the apothecary and we can do research for the medicine. So this will also help us increase our happiness by increasing the amount of different stuff your citizens have. So this will be our next episode. We will build our health district. So we got our food district going on here. This is so sick. And everything else. I'm pretty happy about this. Anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I know these ones are shorter because you kind of build stuff in sections and whatnot, but I know a few of you are enjoying it. So don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments what you think, if you guys have bought the game or if you're playing it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
What you people say, I'm gonna do my thing my way. No matter what you people do, I'm gonna do my thing much better than you. No matter what you say or do, oh boy, you're out of luck. It's gonna roll right off of me like water off the back of a duck. And I go, yeah, I go.
Good boy. Fist boop.